and welcome to today's video in which I will be stating my final Crimes of Grindelwald plot prediction. As of uploading, there is only 1 week left until Crimes of Grindelwald is officially released throughout most of the world. Sorry Japan, you have to wait another week. That's really exciting. It also means that the very large majority of promotional material, whether that be video clips, images or information, has already been released. That is also backed up by the fact that as of recording, yesterday, the 3rd of November, was the first fans event in which people got to see the movie almost 2 weeks early. But they are protecting the secrets, so I haven't got any information off of them. Nor the people who saw the first 25 minutes in China when some of the cast went and they had this wonderful poster. For me personally, there are now around 240 hours until I actually see the movie, which is very exciting. That's just over 9 days. And I am so ready to see it. I've been waiting so long, speculating for so long. I have made a video about 3.5 months ago about what I think the plot was back then. That was when we only had the teaser trailer and a whole bunch of images and not much more. There wasn't the San Diego Comic Con trailer or the final trailer or any of the TV spots or any of the basically any of the cast interviews. I said twice throughout that video how embarrassing it will be to look back on, so this video might be terrible to look back at once the movie's out. This is just my idea of the movie right now, which will probably be very wrong and very just cringy to look back on because it's so wrong. Once the movie's released, and it already is embarrassing to look back on, I got about 30% of it right and everything else was completely wrong from what I believe right now. So, here is my final Crimes of Grindelwald plot prediction, but approach at your own discretion because a lot of the things I'm saying will probably be considered as spoilers. I think that the movie starts out with Newt being interviewed by the British Ministry of Magic and talking to Lita and Theseus in the British Ministry of Magic. And then we cut back to New York where Grindelwald is escaping. Well, he was meant to be transported back to Europe. Then we see Yusuf and Tina, maybe together, maybe separately, in Paris to find Credence or any clues about where he is. And Credence and the Guinea will be somewhere in the background of that, like maybe they're watching them or something like that. Then there's the scene where Dumbledore will be persuading Newt to go to Paris, where they operate all around London with the glove, and Newt eventually gets Nicholas Flamel's address. Newt is a little bit defeated, kind of doesn't want to go. He also has a travel ban, so it's not ideal for him to go. But he goes home to his creatures and finds Jacob and Queenie there, because Queenie has taken Jacob over to London because it's English speaking, so it's easier for them, but also they have better laws about the relations of magic and non-magic people. Then we see some sort of preparation of Grindelwald in Paris. Grindelwald in Paris. Sorry, I said Grindelwald a lot earlier, but it's Grindelwald is what I'm going to try and go for. So there's Grindelwald's preparations in Paris. He takes over a house, I believe, and just kind of gathers his main group of followers, or at least finds Vinda Rosier. Then the British Ministry of Magic employees interview Dumbledore at Hogwarts. Newt is going to Paris under your orders. What do you have to say for yourself, Dumbledore? And Dumbledore's kind of like, you have nothing to prove it. I'm just teaching Defense Against the Dark Arts here at Hogwarts. Or maybe Transfiguration by that point, because in the flashback he's teaching Defense Against the Dark Arts, but yeah, in 1927 he might already be teaching Transfiguration. Then we see some of the Circus Arcanus show with Credence and Nagini and the Oni Oni and Zoo, anything else that's in the circus. Which Credence is a little bit defeated, and they go on the rooftop with Nagini, have this conversation, and then Grindelwald shows up and manipulates Credence about something to do with his identity, maybe sends them somewhere, and Tina and Yusuf somehow saw that. They're concerned for Credence and Nagini, So they each take their own steps to try and protect them, but without directly interacting with them. And then, after Dumbledore's interview has proven to be not very useful, Lita and Theseus are sent to Paris also, because they have a personal relationship to Newt. Theseus is head Auror anyway. So they are sent to Paris to kind of figure out what's going on with Grindelwald, because Grindelwald... Sorry that I keep switching between Grindelwald and Grindelwald. I'm trying to say Grindelwald, but it's not working. Lita and Theseus want to figure out what's going on with Grindelwald because he's the darkest wizard that there's ever been at that time, and as many people as possible want him defeated as soon as possible. Then Newt and Jacob go to the Seven Sisters to use the bucket portkey to go to Paris. They run into trouble almost immediately, and Queenie is concerned at her actions because she took Jacob to London under like a spell, so she's very worried and decides to also go to Paris. Then we'll probably see Credence and Nagini leave Circus Arcanus and pursue whatever it is that Grindelwald has told them to do. Maybe visit a cemetery or the archives in the French Ministry of Magic or in the mausoleum, because that's where the archives are believed to be, about Credence's identity as Corvus Lestrange's son and half-brother to Lita. Because Newt and Jacob have run into trouble, they immediately go to Flamel, where they see Tina. And Tina's there because she's trying to help Credence by using Flamel's crystal ball to kind of see what they're doing. Jacob stays at Flamel's, and Newt and Tina go to the French Ministry of Magic to try and find the Lestrange archive. Queenie's in Paris, a little bit lost, stumbles into Jacob, who might have left Flamel's because he's scared of him, and they somehow end up at Grindelwald's speech. With Grindelwald's speech, there's also Credence and Nagini there, Queenie and Jacob, obviously Rosier's in the middle, and a whole bunch of, I think, French Ministry of Magic employees. Then Grindelwald sets the black cloak thing loose. In the last plot prediction that it's probably a Leatherford, but now I see that it really isn't. But I have no idea what it is. But that sends the message to everyone that they should hurry up and it's urgent now. So Newt and Tina stumble into Lita and Theseus at the Ministry of Magic, where Lita's kind of trying to help and Theseus is trying to stop them. Because they don't find the Lestrange archive in the archives, they go to the mausoleum because they somehow find out that that's where people believe it is. And all of the characters go to the mausoleum one by one. Leads them to Grindelwald. Everyone ends up in the hall in which Grindelwald gave his big speech. But now there's just our main characters there. And they all go to the cemetery afterwards, where there's the big battle with the blue fire demon and possibly red fire phoenix. And some people might join Grindelwald at that point, especially maybe Credence, because he wants to protect Nagini, and maybe Lita because her character poster says implicated by prophecy. And Dumbledore might show up at the big cemetery battle, maybe to help them, maybe even without the other characters realising that he's there, or maybe Fawkes is there. But whatever form Dumbledore shows up in, everyone then goes back to Hogwarts to like kind of have a closing scene, or at least just on the bridge. And that is what I believe will happen in Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, as of just under 2 weeks until the movie is released. That's when I'm recording. There shouldn't be much more information released from now on, I hope. If there is anything, it would have been annotated throughout the video if I find out anything in the week that I'm editing. Thank you ever so much for watching this video. I really do hope that you enjoyed it. I will see you in the next one. Bye! And with Grindelwald's